Hey guys, it's Matt and Michael, and this is a new series called How to Play, like whatever deck. And at the moment, Michael's going to be showing the Vylon deck. Michael made this deck yesterday in the live stream, if you guys were watching the live stream, and he's going to explain some few things like how the Vylon deck works and the combos that you can try to pull off. Michael, take it away.
Yeah, so I net decked this yesterday. I've been playing a few matches with it, and I really enjoy it. This deck's best to actually generally go second, although it can go first as well. But the reason I like to go second with this deck is the best leadoff is to just go with a Cyber Dragon and normal summon a cube, and just synchro summon first turn into Vylon Epsilon. And the reason I like Vylon Epsilon is because if you know the ninja combo with White Dragon Ninja and Safe Zone, and you know how that basically makes it immortal, it's basically the exact same thing. You can buff it up with a Vylon Filament, you can give it a Vylon Component, where is it? Vylon Segments. These are probably the three main Vylon equip cards. Well, these are basically the only Vylon equip cards. Vylon Component will make it do piercing. Vylon Filament will make it so your opponent can't respond with spells or traps, and that's really nice. And then the Vylon Segment makes it so your opponent can't target it with monster effects or trap effects. Basically, you can't kill it. And it only has 2,800. That's pretty high, actually, when you think about it. But you run Mage Power in this deck. And you have a lot of equip cards in this deck, meaning that your spell and trap card zones are all generally going to be filled for the most part. So right here, it has almost 5,000 attack points, and it can attack twice. You can't target it with monster effects, you can't target it with traps, you can't respond with cards. Oh, and it has piercing damage. Your opponent's pretty screwed with it. And that's just really a very strong opening move, in my opinion. I actually did that, and I beat down a Malefic deck. A Malefic deck! It's 5,000 attack point base monsters! It's crazy! And then you have other stuff. You have Vylon Delta, you have Vylon Sigma, Vylon Omega, and Vylon Alpha. These are all the cards you want in your extra deck. Oh yeah, and then there's always Vylon to Sigma. Wait, sorry, tried to special summon it there. These are all the cards you'll have in your extra deck. They're amazing, all of them. If you want to mess around with your extra deck, you can, but so far I've really had a lot of success with this. Vylon Sigma, great opening card, as well, because you can kind of do the same thing as before, but it'll just keep building up. If you only have maybe just one equip card at the beginning, well, when it attacks, you get to equip another one to it. So you can just keep it really snowballs quite a bit, and it gets really strong. Vylon Alpha allows you to search out equip cards in your graveyard and equip it to it, and then it can't be destroyed at all. It's wonderful. And then Vylon Delta, well, normally it's in defense mode, really, is a great searcher. If you want to stall for a few turns to just get cards in your hand, you do that with Delta. It stalls. And then there's always Vylon Omega, who actually wipes the board out of everything normal summoned or set. So you know a lot of those slower decks. So you know Mecha Phantom Beasts and that kind of stuff. It bypasses things. It just destroys a lot of those slow decks. Monarchs, yeah, those get destroyed by Vylon Omega too. Not only that, but you can equip cards from your graveyard to it. And that's one of the other big things about Vylons. Because with Vylons, all of the tuners, except for Cube, have the interesting ability that makes them kind of like Union monsters. If they get sent to the graveyard while you have something on the field, you can pay 500 life points and you equip them. They're also kind of like Insectors, sort of, only not quite as abusable. But there's all sorts of different ones. And generally, the three that you want is Vylon Prism, the Vylon Terra, and the Vylon Stella. I found also with this deck, it is a bit slow at times. So, because most of the monsters don't really have effects that actually special summon themselves. So, running a double summon or a Trident Warrior, and I don't have in this deck, but a Photon Lead as well, allows you just start up making combos. Uh, Other big cards that you need for this deck that aren't necessarily Vylons is, again, the Cyber Dragon. And another thing I like to run is a Ghost Ship. It's basically the same as a Cyber Dragon, only you don't actually need a card, or your opponent doesn't need cards for you to summon it. Other various things that you might have in this deck would be like a Dark Hole or an MST. You know, the basic meta cards that everyone runs, because I wiped the entire board with Dark Hole, and basically I was set up. The opponent overextended, and he couldn't deal with anything I had because all the equips just stop things. And another interesting equip card I found was Cestus of Dagla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Do you think that's how you pronounce it, Matt?
Uh, Dowgla? I don't know. Probably. Yeah.
Dagla? Something like that. You're horrible anyway. But there's only actually a few cards in this deck that increase monsters' attack points. There's the Mage Power, there's the Vylon Material, and then there's the Cestus of Dagla. So overall, I mean, the strongest is obviously the Mage Power, and that's really what you want to use. But the Vylon Material allows you to kind of spam what's common in the Vylons. The reason Vylon Epsilon is generally regarded to be one of the best out of all the Synchro monsters is because of the effect that once per turn, destroy one monster your opponent controls by sending an equip card. When one of the Vylon equip cards gets sent, you get to search for another one. Not only that, but after a while, once you have, I don't know, a gajillion different equips in your graveyard, Vylon Matter allows you to recycle. You return 3 of them to your deck, and then you get to destroy a card or maybe draw a card, depending on the situation. Both are good. Both are very good. Another nice card is the Vylon Element, because it's defensive, but it allows you to also set up for your next turn, because whenever an equip card gets sent, you get to special summon a tuner. Which is very, very strong because a lot of the tuners are low level, so if you really need to, you can upgrade your Synchro monsters to an Epsilon. So maybe you ran a Sigma, or my field's full. Or what's the other level 7? Delta. You run those, you get equips. The equips get sent, you get to special summon tuners, and you upgrade it to Epsilon. As far as traps, this deck has one. Royal Decree. Because the problem is, trap cards just kind of end up filling up the deck. If you want a good, consistent 40-card deck, you don't really have room for traps. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm sure you probably fit in some bombless trap holes here and there, but to just have a lot of opportunity with the equip cards while still having space for, well, just general monsters and normal spell cards, you can't really have any traps. So in the end, your deck's often dominated by really just going for that sort of combo. But it's a general combo as well, meaning that even if your main card gets destroyed, you can do it again. That's why I like it more than Exodia decks and all those other various things, when you work really, really hard to get out that one ace monster, and then your ace monster gets destroyed. This card, basically, or not this card, this deck has a bunch of ace monsters. You can just keep summoning more and more, and each of them are really hard to deal with. Not only that, but with the Vylon to Sigma, you can end up locking decks down as well, because I mean, maybe some of the less meta decks, a lot of the meta decks have various types of monsters in the extra deck. But if you throw out a Desigma and you maybe use a segment, well, now your opponent can't really deal with your Desigma. So they're pretty screwed now, because it'll equip their cards and it'll just instantly kill all of them. It's a good support. Some other cards you might want to throw in this deck just to protect your weaker monsters is maybe a Magnet Rain or something of that sort, to just make them have to target your stronger monsters. After that, actually, there isn't a whole lot else to this deck. Things you really need is just special summon stuff. And a lot of the basic Vylon cards don't really have that opportunity, so you need to mix it a bit with Cyber Dragons, or the Ghost Ships, or the Trident Warriors. Double summon Photon Lead. I would say Ultimate Offering, but Ultimate Offering got banned, sadly. It's understandable, though. It was horribly broken. Other things that you might want to run in this deck would be a Shining Angel or an Honest. Honest is very nice. You should really just run in any light deck at all. And yeah, overall I like this deck. It has a lot of variation to it while still sticking to the main theme. And I like decks like that. It's adaptable. It's not necessarily stuck in its ways. And it's really hard to counter, because you're going to be trading out a lot of your spell cards. I mean, if they lock down your spell cards, that's a problem. But other than that, you're pretty good. So yeah, overall, Vylon's very nice, very nice. Matt might provide a screenshot of my current deck build of this video in the description. And yeah, do you want to finish it off, Matt?
Yeah, so basically I'll be writing a list of all the cards that Michael has in this deck, and they'll also include some like recommended cards as well, such as the cards that Michael have said, like some cards over there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this new series. I hope you guys will continue to enjoy this new series.
We enjoy making it.
Yeah, we
have lots of guest stars.
Yeah, so if you guys also want to see some decks that you find difficult to play, or you want to find some like new combos as well, write it in the comments below.
We'll try to figure things out.
Yeah, we'll try to like figure.
Hopefully, the combined brain power of both of us equals one half decent duelist.
Yeah. Also, I'll be asking some other people as well, and they'll be like telling their own decks as well, like magic with mermails and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this new series. I hope you guys will continue to enjoy this new series.
We enjoy making it.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.